Hello, silly fellas. As you know, Daniel Larson has been in jail for these last couple of months, it seems. And recently, while he's been in jail, he is still getting trolled by a couple of goofy fellas. Recently, he has been receiving phone calls from a new troll. I don't know much about the new troll, but everything I've heard, he seems to be a big weirdo, even pointing out his Sonichu medallion in an earlier clip that I do not have in this video. Anyways, Daniel's still up to his same old crazy thoughts as always. He cannot seem to stop talking about Grace, even in jail. You'd think he'd forget about her while he's in jail, but I guess true love never fades. Let's take a look at this interesting call that Daniel has received.
To accept this call, press 5. To block this call and all future calls, press 7. To reject, you may begin speaking now.
Hello.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hey, so what did you find out?
Find out about what?
Your email that you sent me this morning told me to call back and that you found out new information.
About Grace?
Yes.
That wasn't this morning. That was the old email from yesterday morning. But I don't have new information on Grace. But I do have information that so basically these you know that your music has been all over the radio, right?
I did not know that it's all over the radio, no.
They've been it's not just the US. I guess they've been playing it even in like China and places like that. But especially the one song, what's it, Roaring Thunder?
Yeah, I know.
It's all over the radio. It's all in the clubs and stuff. And basically these, I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of feedback. It's my voice is echoing on the phone for some reason, but
So already Daniel is asking about Grace. Literally the first thing he talks about is Grace, which is still kind of concerning. The troll then proceeds to tell Daniel that his hit song Roaring Thunder is being played everywhere, including the clubs. Now it's important we note one part from this clip is that the troll tells Daniel he is receiving a lot of echo, and according to Reddit, apparently when there's a lot of echo like that, it is because they are listening in on the phone call. So if I were any of you guys who are considering calling Daniel to troll him, I would not do it, as you will likely be looked into for messing with him and being associated to him. So maybe think twice about trolling little Danny boy. Anyways, let's proceed.
I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but there's these very famous rappers called Chief Keef and Lil Durk, and they just went on the Joe Rogan podcast, and they basically said how much they want to collab with you. They want to do a collaboration, like an EP. Chief Keef and yeah.
Wanting a collaboration.
Have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I used to have contact with them.
Really?
So that confirms things even more. That's crazy.
Well, they said they basically went on Joe Rogan and said they want to help you. Ever since King Von died, O Block has been so poor, and they say they want to collab with you to help save O Block, and at the same time, Chief Keef is connected with Donald Trump. Chief Keef performs at Trump rallies. I don't know why. I guess to try to get the younger vote.
Yeah, that explains the Donald Trump situation, because Chief, you're right, he performs at the Donald Trump rallies.
Yeah. So basically, on the podcast, like they were saying that they want to collab with you. They want to hop on a remix of Roaring Thunder, and they also want to do a collab album. but they can't get in contact with you to get the permission to do the remix and to get you on the collab album. And they
Right, because I'm in jail.
yeah, but I would think they would be able to get in contact with a manager or something. What label are you signed to?
So right now I was supposed to be signed with Columbia Records, but I'm in here on threats, and I also made threats towards their record label.
So they dropped you as a client?
Yeah, because I never actually signed a contract. Grace was signing, I guess, the contract on my behalf because I asked her to, but I didn't know if it was actually done yet or not, because I was told by Grace I didn't need to sign a contract since I was dating her. It's automatic.
Just look at little Danny boy believing this troll. When we look at this, it really just gives an insight into how people were trolling him back in the TikTok days. Daniel even says he had already been in contact with these rappers before and quote unquote confirms things even more. I really would like to know how they were trolling him before with Chief Keef and Lil Durk, since he said he's spoken to them before. Like, come on, Daniel Larson. You'd think him being in jail would have absolutely sort of sheltered him from receiving all of these nonsense troll calls and troll messages, but I guess he will forever be stuck in this limbo. It is the life he has to live. The funniest part of this is the trolls saying that Lil Durk and Chief Keef want to collab with Daniel so that they can save O Block. That just goes to show Daniel Larson's influence in the community, that he can even save O Block. Anyways, let's continue.
But has Grace been in contact with Chief Keef and Lil Durk?
I don't know. Since I've been arrested, I have not heard any information, and my lawyer, like I said yesterday, has even told me that I'm not in contact with Grace. I'm not dating her. My lawyer is trying to turn me against what is going on. So I don't know. I knew that my song Roaring Thunder was on the radio because I heard it one time on Denver radio station 101.1, which is like...
This call is from a federal prison.
It's an iHeart radio variety station. I've heard it one time this year on there. And I also heard Grace on there doing, I guess, something where she was talking about a collaboration.
Okay. But you haven't talked to Grace since you've been locked up this time?
I have not spoken to Grace in probably around a year, maybe more. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to get confirmation on who was who.
Do you think she's kind of over you at this point, or what do you think's going on?
I don't know what's going on with my lawyer.
I'm talking about Grace. Is Grace still in love with you?
Yeah. So Grace was, back when I was in contact with her mother, Tina, Grace's mother, told me to stop contact with her daughter. And I said, do you realize that Grace has been in contact with me all along? And Tina said, well, okay, well, Grace is with me right now. Let me check. So she checked with Grace and found out that it was actually true. And then at that time, I've been in contact with Tina on and off ever since.
Yeah,
until I got arrested.
Yeah, they've been really putting Grace's name through the dirt for, I guess, because they're jealous. I think they're mad that you're famous and that Grace is in love with you and that they're not famous and they don't get any girls. But they've been really trying to make up bad rumors about Grace, saying she's a white supremacist and just crazy stuff. And it's all...
Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot as well about, like, other controversy going around that, but it's confirmed it's not true. So
okay.
But anyways, I appreciate you letting me know that.
Daniel is so delusional when he says that Grace is still in love with him after all this time. Even after Grace's mom basically told him to stop texting her and to leave her alone is the funniest shit ever. I wonder if when Daniel hears all this random shit that the troll is saying about Grace and all this random troll stuff that he says, does Daniel just proceed to make shit up in his head and just go along with whatever the hell he is saying until he believes it in his own mind? Because if you look at it, the troll will say the most outlandish shit ever, and Daniel will just proceed to say, yes, that is true. That confirms everything. You know, his typical Larsonian vocabulary. At the same time, it is kind of sad because Daniel genuinely needs mental help to be believing all this shit. Something crazy is going on in that head. Maybe in another universe, Daniel and Grace were meant to be together, but not in this one, fellas. Or maybe Daniel and Grace being together were the friends we made along the way.
Do you know what time or like estimated like what month it says I'm supposed to get transferred
Yeah,
to?
December.
It says November?
No, December.
December.
That's just the estimate. That's what the what's it called? Like the stuff that the documents the prosecution has filed. So like I guess the psych ward part of MCFP Springfield, like they only have a limited, finite amount of beds and I guess they're full right now, and basically like based on how many people are leaving right now, they estimate that like you're on the wait list, and they estimate that like your spot in the wait list will to be transferred will be in December, but it could be earlier, it could be later, just depending on how many people get transferred out of Springfield's psych ward. Or it's actually like a prison, but it's a psych ward within a prison. So it could be earlier, it could be later, but the estimate that the prosecution gave was December.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing is, so my lawyer, my public defender, told me that I don't have to necessarily get on medication if I don't want to. There's like other resources and classes I can take that will count towards my court.
Well, yeah, that's probably true, but don't you? If you get on medication, it would probably look better for you to be found competent.
Right. I was actually on medication, on and off, when I was making a lot of the threats. So that was not like the medication I was on is a big factor on why I made the threats.
So do you think that it's you were just on the wrong meds? Are you open to taking different meds?
I don't think it was on the wrong meds. I think that like there's certain medication where it's like it tries to slow down my mind racing. The issue is if my mind slows down too much, then I just can't think at all. I can't even perform because I can't think. And then there's other medications where it's like a mood stabilizer. But the thing is, if I can't feel my feelings, you see what I mean? Then I'm not happy.
What about have they put you on any antipsychotics?
No, they haven't, and I don't even know if my medication or my health will even work with those because I've never been asked anything about it.
Okay.
Like I've been.
You might want to talk to them about antipsychotic medications. That might be a better fit than the mood stabilizer.
Okay. All right. And then also, I guess my lawyer, my public defender, nobody is telling me why I am getting transferred. Like, as far as a psychic vow, I knew that, but like, as far as what's going to make me competent, nobody is telling me, and like I said, nobody's.
It is kind of goofy that Daniel thinks he made those threats because he was on medication. The video ends kind of abruptly, but according to the troll, nothing really ends up happening other than Daniel repeating the same nonsense about Grace and how they will be together forever. I mean, can Daniel really be saved anymore? Will him going to a mental health institution really help him? Or will something goofy happen? I'm not really sure Daniel can be helped. He has way too many trolls, and he's really too far gone. Let us hope Daniel can get better, because I don't want Danny Boy back out on the streets, threatening and dine and dashing restaurants. If anything, I will miss all of the silly little Larson TikTok videos that he would create, but all good things must come to an end. Like this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.